Hi, my name is James Talbot, and I'm going to show you how website authors can easily get content onto a website without having any technical knowledge. An author instance of the Web Experience Management Server is the installation that allows content authors to log into and manage different pages based on what a developer has created. Content authors are generally business people that need to easily update web content. Content authors can build, edit, delete, and move new web pages based on a template that application developers create. Creating these templates is covered in the WEM-Overview Introduction to Developing Content video. The first step is to install an author instance of the Web Experience Management Server. The steps on how to perform the installation are fully documented in the setup guide. Once the server is installed, you will see the Web Experience Management front page, and then you just click on the Websites tab like so. This is a place where all operations are performed by authors related to a web page. So for example here, you'll see that I have this geometrics demo site, and I can open up one of these pages. For example, let's open up the feedback page, and when I open up the feedback page, you'll see that I now have the ability as an author to use the custom branded components that have been created by application developers. And these customized components can be built in Java, HTML, JSP, and authors actually see this here in the Sidekick. So you'll see the Sidekick will open up here, and I can easily add content to the page based on the parameters that my developer has set up. So for example, you'll see I can add Flash content, I can add images, I can add downloads, and all of these different components have been created specifically for the Geometrics website. So I can create these for my own website, and we'll learn about that later when we talk about this from the perspective of the application developer. So authors have the ability to use these custom branded components, and then system administrators can control which authors have access to which components, so we can provide a powerful workflow for organizations in terms of managing websites. Authors can also add digital assets directly to the Digital Assets Manager, or the DAM, which you'll see over here. Let's explore how authors build rich content for websites. So you'll see here I have the Geometrics website, and I have a page open on the Geometrics website, and if I just scroll through here you can see that, and I can actually just create a brand new page based on the Geometrics website. So let me close off this feedback page, and let's just create a new page. So I'm going to highlight English here, and as an author, let's say I want to create a brand new page. So what I'll do is I'll say create new page, just like so, and then I can choose these templates that developers have actually created for me. So for example, I can choose a Geometrics content page, I can choose a Geometrics home page, I can choose an asset share, and these are all of the different templates that are available. So let's choose a content page, and let's just give this a name. I'll call this training, and again I'll call this training, and this will create a new page based on this template. Okay, now you'll see I have a new page in my website called training, and if I just double click on it like so, you'll see that it opens this up, and you'll see that the Sidekick is actually displayed. And all of the different assets that I can actually drag and drop are displayed here. Now notice, of course, the author has set up that certain things are consistent in all Geometrics content, which allows an organization to maintain that branding. So very, very powerful. So now let's just grab a carousel component here, and you'll see that I have a carousel component, and the application developer has actually created a dialog box for me. So you'll see when I double click on this, as an author, I could put in different variables that will reflect back down into that component. So for example, the play speed, the transition time, the control style, and then I can even say how I'd like to actually build this component. So here I'm just going to say build list using, let's build it using the child pages of this particular page, and then I'll simply just say the parent page that you see here, and let's just make this the Geometrics demo site. Let's make it the event page here. So I'll go back to my Geometrics demo site, I'll say English, and then I'll say events, and you'll see that there's, again, this is all the different events that this particular company offers. So you'll see that there's a conference in Berlin, there's another conference in Las Vegas, there's a tech summit, there's a user conference, and that kind of thing. So here I'll click OK, and then I'll click OK again, and you should see it now builds in that carousel directly into my website. And now when I preview this, when I look at this, you'll see that it will automatically switch out those different events. And again, this is just something that the developer actually created. And a content author can also go in here, and you'll see that it of course switches, and if I click here you'll see it'll switch between those different ones. And then of course I can also add in different components here as well. So let's add in, for example, a text and image component. So here you'll see I have a text and image component. And again, if I double click, the developer has provided a dialog box so that I can enter in some text. And here are, I'll say, here are some of the exciting events happening now at Geometrics. So I can add in that content, and I can go through my digital assets manager here, and I can actually find an appropriate image. Okay, so let's look at something that would be appropriate, and I can of course just drag and drop that in here as well. And again, the developers maintain all of this consistent branding, but you'll see I've added that image here directly to my web page. So I have that ability right there. Now you'll also see if I go back to my actual website, I can just close that off. You'll see that will save that information. I can also go here to my digital assets manager, and if I want to add in a new image directly to the digital assets manager, as an author, again assuming I have permission to do this, I can just click on new, and I can actually add in a new file. I'd have to choose where I want to add it in, of course. So let's add it into let's say portraits, and I can add in a new file here, and I can upload something directly from my hard drive directly into the Digital Assets Manager up on the Web Experience Management server. So I can do that. I also have the ability to use WebDAV to upload assets in bulk as well directly to that. And again, that permission can be turned on or off depending on whether or not the end user has the ability to do that. So that's just a quick overview of how to author content utilizing the Web Experience Management server.